So we have with us Mr. Rajan Chhabria, who is partner and ED, Insurance and Finance Market Cluster, IBM Consulting. Also, welcome at the third edition of BFSI Convert Summit 2022. First thing first, your thoughts about the event and on the theme, which is thriving to the world of digital.
Vishal, I think it's been a great event. I believe it was yesterday as well as today. I've been here since today morning, and I've seen a cross section of insurance being represented at the event. I got the as a moderator for one of the panels. I had the pleasure of interacting with a lot of CIOs and CDOs and COOs. So it was a real enlightening session in terms of how insurance companies are going about reinventing themselves, having faced a pandemic, how digital has really become mainstream. And it's not just digital at the edge or digital at the core. It's more about digital being everywhere. Not only about the customer experience, which is very essential, but also how do you really automate and bring in more cost efficiencies and bring in more business agility. And how do you really replace the physical processes? Because we all know insurance has been and continues to be a very human-intensive operations at the core. So if you really want to gain competitive advantage in the market as insurers or intermediaries or the insurtechs, how are they leveraging technology as an enabler to replace these physical processes and make it more agile? So that's what digital is playing a big role. It's not just about the front end, but it's across the entire organization, how they are really adopting digital to becoming more agile and become more competitively placed in the market.
Now, as you represent the insurance and the financial market at IBM Consulting, what I want to know for the insurance companies, do you think the insurers have reinvented themselves to be a future ready?
I think I kind of delved on that point a little bit when I spoke about the earlier one. In fact, we had Priya from Manipal Signa in my panel, where she spoke extensively of how they've really gone about kind of automating a lot of their engagement with end users. And during pandemic, we saw a real exponential increase in the number of claims. So how do you really manage that kind of exponential increase? Because nobody was ready for a pandemic. So how do you really use technology to kind of manage the engagement part and give that kind of same experience to a client which they were used to earlier? Having said that, there's also a good amount of health tech being adopted. Although we are not still at the leading side of using telematics, the modern world is quite ahead of us in that space. But I'm sure we have all realized that it has to be an enabler to providing better customer service and bringing in more personalization in the offerings. So it's only a matter of time that we start using IoT and telematics to differentiate the offerings. And I'm sure the insurers are going to be working on that and bringing in these technologies into India.